Hi children, welcome back. I think the previous classes are clear to you. Now we are moving into a topic, corrosion. The topic is familiar to you because we have already seen there in the first chapter. Now moving on to the topic, corrosion. What do you mean by definition of corrosion? You are able to give the definition of corrosion. Yes, it is the slow eating up of metals when exposed to moist air. When these metals are exposed to moist air, they will be eaten away. That is known as corrosion. Okay, and we have seen the corrosions of different metals. Corrosion of different metals. Corrosion of iron, the metal iron corrosion is known as rusting. So, one by one we can see different metal corrosions. Corrosion is the eaten away of metals exposed to moist air. When they are exposed to moist air, they will be eaten away, and we can see corrosion of iron. Corrosion in case of iron. In case of iron, that corrosion is known as rusting. We have already seen, isn't it? How this rusting is happening? When iron is exposed to oxygen and water. That is moist air. Together we are calling it as the moist air. When iron is exposed to oxygen and water, at that time this iron oxide, which is hydrated, Fe2O3.NH2O. N or X can be applied the Fe2O3NH2O, and this hydrated iron oxide is known as rust. Hydrated iron oxide is known as rust. Hydrated iron oxide. This oxygen and water is present in the moist air. Okay, so from the moist air, this iron will absorb the oxygen and water and will be converted into hydrated iron oxide, that is rust, which is its color is reddish brown color. Reddish brown color. Okay, so corrosion of iron is known as rusting. Then for the second case we can see case of copper. Corrosion of copper is known as tarnishing of copper. Tarnishing of copper. That time also copper articles are exposed to the moist air. When these copper articles are exposed to moist air, in that moist air oxygen will be there, water will be there, and carbon dioxide also will be there. So, when these copper articles are exposed to the moist air, they will get a green coating over the metal, and that is corrosion of copper, which we call it as tarnishing of copper. Actually, when copper articles are exposed, the green coating will be produced there, and that is known as basic copper carbonate. Basic copper carbonate. It is green coating. So, tarnishing of copper, basic copper carbonate is produced when copper articles on exposure to this oxygen, water and carbon dioxide. Then we can see Corrosion of silver. Silver articles also sometimes get corroded on exposure to air. And at that time when these metals are exposed to air which contain hydrogen sulfide, there obtain a black coating, and that is known as tarnishing of silver. If it is in the case of silver also, tarnishing of silver. Okay. So, at that time what is happening? Silver articles or silver materials are exposed to an atmosphere of hydrogen sulfide. There we will get a black coating of silver sulfide. Okay, we will get a black coating of silver sulfide, black in color, and that is tarnishing of silver. And we have already seen that aluminium also get corroded there, but that corrosion is not a disadvantage, it is an advantage there, because aluminium particles when exposed to oxygen, an oxide coating of aluminium will be produced there, and that oxide coating of aluminium will prevent further corrosion of the metal which is inside that. So, below that layer metal will be protected because of the formation of that aluminium oxide. So, it is not a disadvantage, though it is a corrosion there, but it is not a disadvantage. Okay. And for now we can see, for this corrosion there is an activity in your textbook that is also very important. Page number 53, activity 3.14. In that activity, what we are going to prove is, for corrosion, presence of oxygen and water is required. If the oxygen and water is absent, we cannot, the metal will not undergo any corrosion. For the corrosion, both the conditions are equally important, presence of oxygen and water. For that, we have to take 3 test tubes and label the test tubes as test tube A, B and C. Then to each of the test tube, put 3 iron nails, and then to the test tube A, add little water. Iron nail should be exposed to the air also, it should not be completely dipped in the water. Test tube A, and after that cork it. Then test tube B, to that we have already taken that iron nail, to that we have to add distilled water, boiled water. Okay, boiled water. After adding the boiled water, that nail should be completely dipped in that water, and after adding that 1 ml of oil also just add on the water surface, so that oil layer will prevent oxygen to go into the water, and then cork it. Then to the third test tube C, already iron nail is kept there. We have to take little anhydrous calcium chloride, anhydrous calcium chloride to the test tube C. There is a capacity for this anhydrous calcium chloride, it will absorb moisture from the atmosphere. So, if it is kept in the test tube C, it will make that air or oxygen present in the test tube will be moisture free. So, there may not be any moisture in the test tube C. After that also we can cork the test tube C. Then keep all the 3 test tubes for some days. After a few days, we can observe that rusting is happened there in the case of test tube A. That nails in test tube B and C is not rusted there, because in test tube A, both the presence of air and water was there. But in the case of test tube B, only the nail is exposed to water, but in test tube C, it is only exposed to dry air, there is no moisture. So, for corrosion to happen or rusting or any other type of corrosion to happen, presence of air and water, that is presence of moist air should be there for the corrosion to happen. So, this activity is very important. Please go through the activity in your textbook page number 53 and observe that carefully. Okay. So, this much is there for about the corrosion. Thank you.